All right, guys, so just giving an update on the previous video, if you do watch it. All right, so this is what we got. Going back into US 30, we already know where we're at right now in price. We're looking to make a high. Right, so as you can see, we had, as I said, we had a structure break over here in the last low high. We had the push that broke structure. So we had this resistance. We came back into a 61.8 area, which is influence, which is support turn resistance. I'm just marking off these areas right here so you can see. So 61.8 confluence area. We have the MA crossing under. We had the downtrend. We were counter trending on this, right? So I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna do a nice channel so that we can see the downtrend that was happening. All right, and I'm gonna clone it. So this is what we got. We're in the downtrend channel. So if you go on the H4, you can see that we're in a nice downtrend. I didn't really take much part of this. Just waited for structure to get back into the bullish structure because I wanted to get a part of that. So as you can see, the last video that I did is that we had the last low high, right, which is right here. Then we had price make a high or low, right? So it gave the indication that price wanted to go bullish, right? So now we had back structure break back into the bullish structure, right? Now the structure break, right? This is a structure break because we broke the counter trend and going back into the daily structure, as you can see here. So we're back into the daily structure now. All right, so then I did have to create a daily high, which is the fib from, just mark it up again so you can see from here to here. We need to go to make a high, right? So the structure I'm following, right? So I'm gonna just mark this off. That's the target area that we want to go, right? So we want price to do that, right? Right. In order for that to happen, structure has to happen on each time frame. All right. So cool. I'm going to move on to Fibonacci. We already know where we're going to. Now, within that daily structure, we have to have H4 structure to make that daily structure. So as you can see here, we had black. I don't like the bright color. Yeah. So we had the 61.8. We had a lower high. We were still in the downtrend. So, we can't really get back into the bullish structures yet. So as you see, we had a high or low. So you could have taken a trade here, which I did take a trade right here out of the push. So now you start your new sub fib within the daily structure. So as you can see here, we're sitting at a 23.6 and we're pushing towards this first TP, which is going to be a little sub fib TP inside of the main fib. You know what I'm saying? So is a 23.6 a continuation? It can definitely come back a bit steeper. I don't know what it can do. I can come back, trade below the last high to make an actual high or low and continue pushing up. All right. So that's something that, we're just waiting on to see what has happened. But I did take some trades right here. I'm still holding throughout the weekend to the TP, which is about just about 600 points. All right. So I'm holding to that. I'm not too sure what's going to do. It's hitting at the 0%. Usually we do get a pullback after hitting the 0%. So by time this hits its first 0%, it's going to be at the daily 0%, which is right here, as you can see. So let me drag it over a little bit. So we have that sub fib and we have this 0% here. So by the time this reaches this, it's gonna do some sort of pulse. I don't know if it's gonna come back a bit steeper to make the higher low. As I said, this is a continuation, so it's not really considered a higher low within this H4 structure, but it can continue. You know what I'm saying? Because it's already on the bullish structure, so it doesn't have to come back steeper. All right, so that's one for US 30. So that's just a move that I'm, anticipating for that to make the high, but we indeed have to make the high. Not have to, but that's the TP that we're going based off of structure. All right, so that's for US 30. So just following that, currently at a 23.6, and we're pushing. All right, so next pair, we're going to go to gold. As you can see, gold here. I'm just going to clear the chart, go again. So currently we here at, as I said, the same trend line that we do have, just a waiting game to see what is happening. We're currently at a strong level of support, resistance turn support. So if you mark that off, I'm gonna put that in black. As you can see here, strong level of strong area right there. You can check it out on a weekly. So we're currently sitting in this exhaustion zone right here, still in the bullish structure. This was the last high along the daily, right? So you know that we do have our Fibonacci from this area here to this. It's currently at a 50%. If you find the median here, but use the top of the wick, it all depends on you. But I usually find the median. So like right here, like a 38.2 basically, but it doesn't really matter. It's just a fib PRZ level. So as you can see, right, I was able to mark off this area, right? I'm seeing here one level of support on the daily, right? So let me just put it in the load. You can see that clearly. Cool. So this line here, I'm going to put it in blue. And we can see here that is one level of support. All right, so it's bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish. So this is one level of daily support. Again, we're at a strong level of resistance, now turn support. You can check it out on the line chart, declare up all the noise, go to the weekly. As you can see, the wicks are there. I can use the candlestick analysis. You can see how this candle exhausted, indecision candle, this bullish candle on the weekly, close bullish. All right, so it's an area just to kind of wait on. And if you just draw a horizontal line, you can see that this is a strong level of resistance. So we're kind of above that resistance there. As you can see, we have a bullish candle above it. I am expecting price to continue breaking all-time highs, breaking all-time highs. So we just got to wait to see what is possible. But for right now, if you go down to the H4, we are still in a counter trend. So if you track the bearish pressure, we're still in the bearish pressure right here. So let's just look at that real quick. So this is a strong level, a strong area you can definitely trade supply and demand or support and resistance between this range, you know what I'm saying? But for right now, I'm patient enough to wait out of this consolidation before taking any trades. Obviously, I want price to definitely break a high in order for me to go inside of that bullish structure, break out of the counter trend line. As you can see, we're counter trending, you know what I'm saying? Seeing indication of higher lows. We have a low, we have a higher low here, we have another higher low here, indications that's there, you know what I'm saying? But clearing up all this noise here, I can see on the daily, this is one level of support. And we're still on the trend line. The MA is still acting as a trend line. Also, the 4-hour MA kind of crossed under. So it's giving me some, some sort of bullish pressure in that, CPI is coming out, I think, on Tuesday. So it's just a waiting game to see what is possible. But just definitely watching this pair to see what is definitely going on. That's it for gold. Can't really do anything right now. You can trade support and resistance within this area here. And just trading on the 1 hour, whatever the case is, if you're looking to trade the range, you know what I'm saying? Sideward movement. So all this is a lot of noise. So I was able to clear up all that noise with time frame correlation and using the candlestick analysis, right? Especially at the weekly, you can see how the candle closed with exhaustion down there. The daily, strong level of support. So it's just a waiting game to see what is possible, if we're going to go above or we're going to go below. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, we're below this resistance here also. You can see we're below that resistance. Let me just put an exhaustion zone. We're below this, so as I said, you definitely can trade it between that area here. But for me, I'm just going to be patient and wait it out. Next. Going with NAS, as I did the previous video. Let me just do this over real quick. So as I said, we had our high already made from the daily structure. This was our last higher low to higher high at a 38.2. We hit the negative 27 and the TP2, right? So I am looking for price to retrace for to get a pullback on the daily and the weekly. So as you can see, this is one push on the weekly, 111 exotic push. So I'm expecting sorry, my bad. I'm expecting confluence areas like the 61.8 back to this resistance. You never know. We could definitely hold this here, which is going to be a 38.2, some, so all these different areas, but price hasn't really fully created a resistance on the daily. I see a bearish candle, so you can say created a resistance, but you have all these areas they can come back to. This is a resistance, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's zoom out a little bit, show you guys what I was seeing at the current time, right? So what I saw is that we're currently at a strong level of support, turn resistance, which is right here. The reason why we had a head and shoulder pattern within this area here. I did do the video, but I forget to actually post it. But so said, so done. It did exactly what I said it would do, based off of strong level of support and resistance on the weekly. As you can see, exhaustion zone, this is support, resistance, now turn resistance. So if you go down to the daily, we did have I did a video and I marked off here and I said, unless this area here breaks, we can't go into a bearish structures yet. You know what I'm saying? So when I saw price came into this zone here, we started to see patterns, right? So I started to mark up my exhaustion zone right here. I would have seen a shoulder. Let's put that in hot pink. Yeah, shoulder, got a head, and we have another shoulder here, and you just have the same shoulder. It's just tested, as you can see. You look at the H4, it's tested. So one level of resistance. If you mark use a random line, random line, you can definitely see that this is one level of resistance. I was able to detect, and I did take sell. I got stopped out because of, this this wick that came up here. I think it was 9:30 news. I don't know what came out at the time. But I ended up getting back into the structure based off of low highs being formed in this. So it was like 300 pip move, 300 point move, yeah, like that. So said, so done. And these are areas that could be high probability trade because it's in a resistance turn support. So as I was able to see that, it sold back to the support and you could have bought it up. But as again, the structure is still being maintained on the H4 because this is the last high low. Now we have the last high low right here. You know what I'm saying? So it's until this structure is broken, I'm not really looking for much sells. I always want to go with the trend, right? So this is for NAS. As I said, the fib that I do have on the daily is from this last high low, which is 38.2 to this. So we have all this area we can retrace to 61.8, 38.2, all those different areas. So just kind of just flowing with it. Price can definitely continue pushing, but as I said, for me personally, it's too high for me to take part of because I don't really like it. So that's why I'm on trading US30 instead, because it would have started from below, what I'm saying, got it from down here, going to the high. So yeah. UJ now, just to finish off the video, we did, as my previous videos, if you do follow, previous videos would have shown that we would have hit our high on the structure that have the 100% retracement. We hit the negative 27, right? Price still have a possibility of going to the 61.8, right? So it's just a waiting game to see what's happening. I do have a new fib. If you're going to go back into the bullish structure, you ask me why I don't use these areas here, because this would have been all this here is within that one push for the daily. All right, if you can use the weekly and clear it up, as you can see, look at it real closely, time frame correlation. You have high, you have a high, you have a high low, we have a high. So all that's just one push, you know what I'm saying? But within it, it has a structure that, H4 structure. You can see a little up and down, up and down, up and down. But me knowing what I'm doing, it's one push. So I know some people do have their fib from down here. Not too sure why, but you can still use H4 structure because H4 structure was still intact. This is the last higher low, and then we had all this push. So if you wanted to have your H4 fib from here to here, I didn't personally do that because I already know that the high was already hit on the daily. So I would have had my new fib and just waiting for whatever price is ready to do. But again, it still can still can continue pushing to that 61.8. So if you go down to the lower time frame, like such as the H4, the H4 has not broken structures yet to start selling. This is the last higher low. But what we're seeing here is a lot of low highs, you know what I'm saying? One level support being maintained. So it could be ascending triangle, descending triangle actually. If you draw this random line here, use the daily and clear up that. As you can see, this is the one level of support right here. It's like basically a support turn resistance if you just use a random line. But so being able to clear up all that, the structure is still being, up even, and this is where you have your counter trend. You always have to track your counter trend. Always be sure to track your counter trend. When are you going back into that bullish structure? You know what I'm saying? So that's something to kind of be mindful of. You know what I'm saying? Because as I said, we have not broken structure as yet in terms of the H4. In order for us to go bearish, we need a structure break, and then we take whatever lower highs and take it down. That's just me personally, you know what I'm saying? But you can take part of these trades, you know what I'm saying? As I said, it's like 10 days of data. Definitely can be possible, but for me, I just don't indulge in these type of consolidation as I can, but I choose not to, you know what I'm saying? So that's where my patience come into play. Waiting for, high probability trades. As I said, it's a support and resistance. So every time price comes down here, you can definitely buy. Look at what the MA is crossing on the H4. So it's slowly sloping under. There's a possibility that it can definitely sell. You know what I'm saying? But until that happens, not really taking part in that. But just keeping track of the pairs just to kind of just keep my progress updated. But as you can see, this is what we got. So gold, waiting for gold to do something. I love her. She's very beautiful. She gives you money. You know what I'm saying? 300 pips in a couple hours, a couple days. You make money. US30 also. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much it, guys. So yeah.